Today we are honored to have Chef Kaushik as our chief guest to give a talk on an insider's look at farm-to-table movement. With his extensive experience and expertise in the culinary world, we are sure that his insights will be invaluable to all of us. So without further ado, join me in welcoming Chef Kaushik to the stage.
Morning, everybody. Honored to be here among so many dignitaries. I'm a little nervous being on a stage and talking. Chefs usually stand in kitchens and very rarely in front of these kind of mics. But what really brought me down to this place today is the fact that I have been working on a journey of retiring as a farmer from becoming a chef. I'm actually backward integrating. All of you know that chefs work with food, ingredients, and if our ingredients are going to be made by chefs and have the quality that we want, the amount of work that we'd have to put on them is very less. If you have good ingredients, you will end up with good food. And I really appreciate the Institute doing all the work that you're doing. It is fabulous because you are what you eat. And today, a large number of our lifestyle diseases, problems that are coming in are all because of what we're eating. We're eating a large amount of microplastics. We're eating a lot of toxins coming in from pesticides. And we don't know that we're doing that. So I really appreciate what's happening at the Institute. I came here to learn from the Institute, and I'm being given the opportunity to speak to you. I really appreciate this. So as students, you don't know the quality of life that you're having today is infinitely better than what we have inside the cities. Fortunately, I've been able to move out of the city. I live on a farm. I grow most of what I eat. There's still some things that I don't get at my farm that I need to come out for. But the life that you lead right now is very, very rich. And I think if we can start passing this on to the rest of the world, as chefs, we are expecting food shortages to happen in the world in the next few generations. And it is going to become mandatory for every person to learn how to forage and farm. Because with everything that's happening all over the world, the population's expanding so fast, so far, that we may not have food. Forget cooked food. We may not have food. So what you're learning here is something very, very important. I think it's amazing. And I'd like to again take this opportunity to thank you all for whatever you've given to the students and the future generations. So when we're saying farm to fork, we're talking about how I remember Sir was mentioning about how he took up the fertilization of the soil because the soil was depleted, and how you so it's an ecosystem that you need to start working. And it's amazing that you could actually be farming in desert land and over a period of time create an ecosystem that could work, and it could actually become very, very fertile. There's a lot of that happening around the world, a lot of those movements, and I've been participating in those. I've been learning to become a farmer. I've been from working with my hands, knives, and vegetables. I'm still working with those vegetables and animals, but I've moved from the kitchen and the chopping board and the knives to soil. And it really makes the world of a difference, because once you have an organic tomato and you have a commercially grown tomato, you don't really need much on the organic tomato. When we're talking about a tomato that you've grown versus tomato that's been commercially grown, the flavor is not there. This is a way better tomato. I don't think I can explain this as much as you can feel it. It's like the Matrix. Some things can't be explained, they have to be felt. How many of you here have had organic vegetables? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And for the rest of you who haven't, please make an effort to start eating organic and start eating farm grown rather than commercially grown. You'll see the difference. I'm available here for any questions. Like I said, as a chef, we don't get to speak much. So I'm not a very eloquent speaker, but in front of everybody, I definitely don't have a speech prepared. But if anybody has any questions that you'd like to know about chefs and about farming, love to address it. Do I see a hand? Wow, I think I did a good job. No questions. Thank you so much. Last call. Any questions? You don't need to feel nervous. I'm the one who has to feel nervous. I'm standing in front of all of you. Anybody? Awesome. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.